At the last Jacob Pink game, that was actually the last day of official treatment for me. So that's pretty significant that the kids gave me kind of a little gift. Since then, I'm now a year out of treatment, and I am 22 months cancer-free. It'll be 2 years officially, January 13th of 2013, that I'm officially 2 years out of everything. My vitamin D levels have gone up, which they think may have been a factor, and my tumor markers have gone down significantly. Originally starting somewhere around the number of 25 and now at 9. So far things are looking good.
So it's been referred to as kind of the fight last year. Talk about the student athletes during the fight and what they meant to you.
It was definitely a fight, and there were kids from every different arena that were very significant in my life. Probably the men's basketball team for 2011 and 12 was, they really touched my heart. I probably have a much closer relationship with those young men because I have a very good friend who brings her grandson to the basketball camps, and he's a basketball player too, and well, my father played basketball, so. Coach Klein actually had called me when he was made aware of the situation, and it happened during the break. So the boys were not aware when they left for Christmas break what was going on. And when they returned, Coach Klein asked me to come down here to the gym after practice and to tell them myself what was going on. So I created a little flyer, and I had all the information so that they could contact me and my CaringBridge site, as well as the phone number for my very best friend who was kind of my spokesperson through all of my medical. I've never heard Brecken Sports Center ever be that quiet. It was really interesting how there were several boys on the team who I wasn't aware that they'd had family members who had been affected by cancer and or had passed away. And it just developed a really interesting relationship. I told the boys there that I had a ticket to the show, and I had, as the representative for Champions of Character, I have a ticket to any NAI event in the nation, and so I have a ticket to the arena, and I told them that I was going to do everything that I needed to do to be in my seat, and I had every expectation that they were going to do everything they needed to do to be on the court. When they lost in conference play, it was pretty devastating for all of them. I remember having several conversations with them and explaining that they still had the tournament. And amazingly enough, we actually won the tournament that year, and I wasn't able to make it to that game as it was a day after one of my surgeries, although I worked really hard at trying to talk someone into driving me. Instead, I had a house full of girls, and we all watched or listened to it, on my computer. So when the boys won, it was interesting that almost every single one of them either sent me a text message or called me. Some of them while the net was being cut, and they made sure that I got a piece of that net. So we all made it to the show.
Talked a little about Coach Klein. We kind of talked off camera about just the entire, maybe not the entire staff, but many staff members. Your relationship changed with them. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, there were. It was interesting how some of that came to be too. I mean, Coach Klein and I have always been pretty close, again, because of the basketball thing. Coach Hefner and I haven't always been close, but he was very supportive through this entire event. He and Coach Renshaw both used to make fairly regular visits to my office just to say hi and to check on me, and not necessarily to talk about any of the kids, which was, at first I wasn't real sure what was going on, but when I kind of figured it out, that was kind of cool. Several of the students throughout the entire athletic department, volleyball girls, baseball boys, some of the soccer kids used to stop by again on a regular basis just to make sure I was in the office. And actually there was a young lady who used to play on the women's team but didn't, who was a person who was kind of the liaison. Her name was Emma. She used to tell the boys how I was doing, and if I wasn't in the office for 2 or 3 days, they would get very concerned, that kind of thing. I think one of the other things that happened was I was overwhelmed by the number of staff, of employees of Park University who willingly donated time to my medical leave. And while I never even touched it, as a matter of fact, I was kind of telling you that total days out of the office for that entire episode was somewhere around 2 months. and that included the first 3 weeks after my major surgery. So I made a lot of efforts to be here, to be productive, to stay focused on doing something other than being sick. So
I guess last, you mentioned here the Champions of Character liaison. You've taken part in a parody video that we're trying to make go viral. Just talk about the park community and being involved.
I think that being involved with the students is really important to me, and I think it's a personal thing more than anything else. I don't have any children of my own, and so investing in the lives of the kids who come into my world brings me a lot of joy, a lot of interesting challenges. I think that most of those relationships are beneficial on both sides. You know, I get somebody to worry about, and they get whatever their issue is taken care of. But the kids have all been awesome. I mean, they're great kids to be around, and the programs I think are really, really quality programs. I haven't really run into any of the athletes that I've thought horrible things about, which tells me that people make an effort in finding students who come here. So the kids who come here already are coming with a pretty high caliber.